Good morning, traders. It is March 4th, 2021, and this is my pre-market outlook. A couple days ago, I made a post entitled Correction, Pause, Here We Come. That pause was in reference to a dead cat bounce that I saw coming. And we've since, for the most part, about made it through that dead cat bounce. We're trying to decide whether it has claws, whether it's going to stick, but for the most part we've made it through. Now yesterday you may think we saw some sell side activity, but in my eyes it wasn't really sell side activity. What we really saw yesterday was basically rotation. Rotation from certain sectors into defensive sectors. Now, when we really begin to see some sell side activity headed into a correction, we're going to get or reach what's called a correlated state. I usually follow the advancers versus declining issues on the S&P 100. Yesterday, it was a pretty mixed bag, as you can see. Advancers 44 versus declining of 57. When we really see some real sell side activity, we're going to see declining issues 90 or better. So yesterday we can chalk up to basically rotation. Still haven't seen the real sell side activity yet. Now let's talk about the SPY and what we see happening today. As you can see, we kind of bounced off of the Bollinger Band here, and I want to kind of highlight this area right here. It is a very important thing where we violated. Let's see. I'll kind of zoom out on that later. But this is basically a channel that goes back almost a year. And in my opinion, once we break this channel and close out the bottom side of this channel, that's when all hell will break loose. That's when we see the real sell side activity. Levels aren't going to matter. Expected moves by market makers aren't going to matter. That's when we're going to go for it. So as you can see, we've tested it. This, I think, makes the second time that we've tested that level. So what I expect today, keep an eye on the 380, we're going to say the 381 level. Let's say between 381 and 385 up here. Keep an eye on that level, because I fully expect us to kind of bounce up into here and consolidate before we take another move down. So that's what I expect today. So this is going to be a great area if you're not already short. This may play out to be a great area to get short for the day and possibly overnight. We're probably going to go for and maybe test this 375 area down here. As you can see, I have a target already set up for some short puts on the SPY that I already have. But that's what I'm expecting to happen here between today and Friday, that we get this test down to 375. That's the most prominent outcome, that the highest probability that I'm looking for is consolidating here and then going back down here and testing this 375. And then possibly on Friday, options expiration Friday, we'll probably see a small bounce. Maybe small, maybe big, but either way, there may be a bounce going into Friday. And that's when I'll be looking for possibly a big gap down coming in on Monday. But coming in tomorrow, things to look for, like I said, keep an eye on this 385 and 381, in between there. I don't recommend just going in here and shorting blindly. Make sure to keep an eye on your indicators or internals to see a divergence once we get in this area where price is making higher highs and your indicator is basically not following along with those highs. Now, other things that we can be doing. Yesterday I started opening positions or short positions in XLF and HYG. Those are basically the financials and junk bonds. Because if we're really going to see a correction, those are areas where people were kind of flying to. And because we were in a non-correlated state and we were in this rotation, what I like to do is look for areas, non-defensive areas, where products are up. Because what's going to happen when we actually see some real sell side activity and we reach that correlated state, those items will be hit too, and they'll probably be hit the hardest. So financials, keep an eye on it. It's not too late. Tomorrow you'll probably have a good chance to get in short. I'll try to repost those positions below as well. But that's what we're looking at tomorrow. Probably more rotation. So that's pretty much it. I'm starting to expect some real and deep sell side activity to happen next week. So a lot of things are going to be done in preparation for then. So that's it. That's what to look for in the SPY. Please leave a comment or like and let me know what you think. As always, know your risk, and let's have a profitable day.